Hi, I'm Allie Ray, and welcome to BCAN Pulse. It's time to catch up on what you may have missed this past week. Get ready to support local Her Hub businesses at Fowl and Fodder. Suit up for a messy cool-off session at Hooves. And get a closer look at ProMedica's latest display and the brilliant artist behind it. But first, let's take a look at the here and now of Northwest Ohio. We're getting high tech at Code Ninja.
This is awesome. Awesomeness, funness. I think everyone's gonna have fun when they enroll.
Code Ninjas is all about the experience. So when kids come to Code Ninjas, they can learn how easy it is to learn how to program. It's not as daunting as a lot of people think. You know, you come in, you learn how things go together, and before you know it, you build your confidence in writing the code, and you got a great game at the end. Code Ninja is a curriculum set up to be a belted tier type, just like karate. You start out with white belt, and you move up as you complete exercises and part of the curriculum, and then you reach black belt. Well, by that time, when they reach the black belt, they will have published their own game on an app store, and they will be able to send it, and anybody can download it from there. If they need any help, we have code senseis that are in the dojo with them. Anytime they need help, or the senseis will roam around and help them out as needed. Well, code is everywhere. I mean, cars nowadays, they have those digital dashboards. TVs, they're written with OSs in them. I mean, obviously the phones and all the apps. So code being everywhere, there's always a need for somebody that knows how to talk in the language of computers. Code Ninjas was brought about to help kids develop that skill. It moves beyond just technology. I think it's a lot of solid life skills, so that they can think abstractly. They get to take their idea, visualize it, turn it into something physical by the end of that whole process.
Diving into the mind of the next entrepreneur generation. Now, Start Huddle is a nonprofit run by students for students. Tell us more about this.
I've tried to start a company a few times by myself. It's a little bit difficult when you're a high school student, but I've been into entrepreneurship and startups for a while. My friends and I almost got one running way back in March, and then COVID hit. And so our whole platform was focused around students and college campuses. And so when people weren't going to school, that kind of took a downturn. So I started thinking about other ways that I can kind of make my mark on the community. And so youth entrepreneurship competition immediately came to my mind, because I do a lot of computer programming competitions. And so it kind of developed from there.
So your vice president, Jake, and yourself, you go to different schools. How did this collaboration come about?
Funny story, Jake and I barely know each other. One day I just posted on my Instagram story that I needed someone to help me write emails. And Jake responded with, "Hey, I'm interested, could you tell me more about this?" His role turned less from writing emails to generally just leading the organization with me. So Be the Founder is a 4-week entrepreneurship program that teaches students how to run a business and start a business with a hands-on approach. We're looking for 40 students to participate, and so they'll meet virtually on Zoom each week to learn the basics of entrepreneurship and how to get a business started. And so over that 4 weeks, they'll develop a team, they'll write a business model, and they'll get everything ready and a hands-on approach to actually start a business. So at the end, they pitch their ideas to investors who have pledged money to donate to these students in order to start their business. Don't be afraid to get started, and definitely ask for help. I am truly surprised and extremely grateful about all of the people who have reached out to support Start Huddle. Entrepreneurship is tough, but you just have to get started, and it's absolutely worth it.
hitting the stage at Siena Heights.
We felt like our community, not just the community of Adrian or Lenawee County, but the theater community, needed an extra dose of joy and happiness. And what better way to do that than produce You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown.
Pro team, like the best team, which is our team.
Theater right now is at a very crucial moment in history. Theater has never been this absent in life. So I think it's right now more important than ever to support theater because it's something that brings many people joy. Coming from someone who it's saved their life, I think it's really important to watch and appreciate what everyone is putting into the world right now because there is so much negativity and this is something that can bring so much positivity.
These are healing times. We're dealing with societal trauma, and I think a lot of times people forget that. It's like, well, do as much as you can, get things done. But these students are so incredibly dedicated and supportive of one another, and that was just one more reason to have this production. We were always telling our students they are the healers. When they first came at the beginning of this academic year, I just kept reminding them, you are the healers. This is what we do. Art heals. And let's just be joy-filled, let's be happy, let's be like the spark that sends it off.
We're live streaming the 26th, 27th, and 28th of February. What you can expect is an evening of joy and happiness and amazing talent. Our students have just put their heart and soul in this production. I am more than confident in our cast. That's what theater's for. That's what the arts are all about, are creating an escape for the mundane, for the everyday life. And I believe that we have accomplished that fully, and I am thrilled to share it.
Now that you know what's happening in Toledo, here's what's happening near you. Join from the comfort of your own home with the Toledo Lucas County Public Library's latest authors presentation, happening Tuesday, February 23rd. Enjoy local food, art, and meeting Her Hub members at the Black History Month Art, Food, and Soul event going on at Fowl and Fodder Thursday, February 25th. Get your appetite ready for Toledo's annual Restaurant Week. Support local restaurants all week long and enjoy unique Restaurant Week specials happening March 1st through 7th. Stay tuned, there's more Beacon Pulse headed your way after this short break. Welcome back to Beacon Pulse. During this time, it's crucial to support our local businesses and artists, and that is exactly what the Her Hub Art, Food, and Soul event is all about.
Hi, my name is JONELLE Massey, and I am one of the coordinators of the Black History Month Art, Food, and Soul event. It is an event to highlight our Her Hub African American businesses. In particular, our caterers, our artists, and other categories of businesses will be here with pamphlets and information where people can meet and greet our local Black businesses. We're really excited. We are carrying on the momentum of the subscription box. And when we selected our artists for our February box, we knew that we wanted to highlight her even more. Very talented. And so that got us thinking about what events we wanted to host for February. And we thought art gallery, we can highlight her again, as well as the other businesses. So super excited to be able to carry that momentum from the subscription box to this event.
Hi, my name is CYDNEE Moore, and I am the featured artist at the Black History Month Art, Food, and Soul event with Her Hub. Well, if you can't tell by the pieces behind me, I love color. I love bright, loud, bold lines, bright colors. For me, I am very, very inspired by the Black culture. So that's music, art, theater, movies, and especially literature. I am huge on Black authors. James Baldwin, so glad to participate in this Black History Month event because our culture is so influential for my artwork. It feels awesome, especially because Her Hub is a women's organization, and I'm very new to the Toledo area, so being able to be involved in this, I was the featured artist on the box, and then to have this event too, it's really great opportunity for me, and then just to network and be able to talk to and meet with other local women here in business is an awesome opportunity, and the cherry on top is that we're all, Black women doing it together, so that feels awesome. I love to draw or paint portraits of Black women. I have so many people reach out to me via social media and just say, I can almost feel the power behind these women, behind these paintings, and for me, there's just, Black women carry so much strength with them, and I love that people can see that and feel that in my artwork. So it was really awesome to be featured on the February box for Black History Month. It was an honor. So all of these pieces will be for sale at the show, and then anything that isn't sold at the show will be immediately available on my Instagram page, which is ARTBYCYD_2.0. I am at a very affordable price point. It is very important to me that people can afford my artwork. I'm not charging thousands of dollars for these pieces. I want people who want my artwork to be able to afford it.
It will be a celebration of art and businesses and caterers. We have 4 caterers, Black, female owned, and we're just super excited to be able to express all that Her Hub has to offer.
Hi, I'm Chanel Phoenix, owner and creator of Be Sweet Treats, LLC. It gives the small businesses an opportunity to be seen. I personally work out of my home, so I don't have a storefront. It gives me and my other counterparts an opportunity to be seen, to be heard, to taste our awesome treats and food that we have to serve. Just gives everybody an opportunity to say, hey, I know someone who can do that. She's a member of Her Hub. Let me introduce her to you or give her your information. So that's what I think this is about, supporting each other, building each other up, making sure we all succeed as small business owners.
The date is Thursday the 25th, and we start our first hour session at 4, and then 5:15, and then 6:30, so we end at 7:30. You can get tickets on Eventbrite, Black History Month, Art, Food, and Soul, and on our Facebook page, our Her Hub Facebook page.
Get your time slot tickets before they're gone for February 25th. It's now time to change our outfits as we suit up for a messy and fun rage painting class.
My name's Amanda Held, and I'm the founder and director of Hoops. We started rage painting over the summer when one of our veterans, who's an art major at UT, came out to the retreat center for one of our veterans retreats. And rage painting was something I had always really been interested in. And she said during her retreat, let's make it happen. So we sent some volunteers out to the paint store and we got all the supplies, and we had such a great time. It was such an amazing experience that, number one, we added it to all of our veterans retreats. And number two, now we want to offer it to the community. Yes, we are definitely not painting the horses, but what happens is we go into the rage painting room and we have canvases all across the wall. And Heather, who is the facilitator, has all kinds of different things that you can throw safely at the wall. And by the time you're done, you've gotten all your rage out and you've created a really beautiful piece of artwork.
I'm Heather TAROLLI. I am the rage painting instructor here at Hoops. I participated in the first rage painting that we did, and I use art as a coping mechanism and an outlet myself, so I know it works, for me if I'm angry. I want to throw something, break something. Instead, we throw paint and eggs and everything else at a canvas, and you get this wonderful result.
of these beautiful paintings in the end. I'm a combat veteran. I served 2008, medically retired in 2018 from the Army. Wasn't really a choice of mine to leave the military, and that's one of those things you kind of deal with. I didn't want to leave, I wasn't ready to leave. And my friend was like, hey, I know you're going through a rough time, come check out this place. All right, I went through my first retreat, me and Amanda were talking about. She's like, I heard about this rage painting. I was like, tell me a little bit about it. And I was like, I can help you with that. I've got, all kinds of art background. I've been doing art since I was a kid. And I was like, yeah, we'll figure it out. So we did it my first retreat, and it's kind of taken off from there. Most people, want to stay safe. We do that easily: paint suits, gloves, mask, face shield. On the other hand, a lot of people are dealing with a range of emotions and no real outlet. I mean, the pandemic hit and everybody turned to art, movies, music, books, painting. Some people took up pottery, sculpture, all kinds of stuff they'd never thought about doing. Now they have the time, the availability. They're shut in their houses, not doing much, and art is pretty much what everybody turns to when something like this happens.
Horses actually have this amazing ability to co-regulate humans. So their heart rate stays at a very specific frequency, and humans tend to co-regulate to the people that they're around. So if somebody's anxious, you tend to get anxious as well, but horses don't do that. So after everyone's been able to get their rage out, they can come in and they can enjoy some time with these sweet little horses, and then they can leave and go on with their day just feeling refreshed and balanced and relaxed. Historically, we've always been a seasonal organization, and with our mission growing and the need growing and serving more people, obviously we've needed to step up on our fundraising. So what's really cool is every time you take a class out here, it helps a veteran, because our programming is always offered at no cost to our veterans. If you'd like to take one of our pre-scheduled classes, you can sign up through our website at hooves.us/events. Or if you would like to schedule your own private party, you can also do that by sending us an email or filling out the contact form on our website.
Support the veterans of Northwest Ohio, all while blowing off some steam. Check them out online for class dates. While you look that up, we're headed out for our last break, but more Beacon and Pulse headed your way after this. Welcome back to Beacon Pulse. I'm enjoying a cup of coffee at my neighborhood coffee shop, Almost Human. Now our next stop is on Summit Street at the gorgeous ProMedica building, which was a tall order to fill, but for Valerie Thompson, it was just another day at the office.
My name is Valerie Thompson, and I'm a graphic and environmental designer here at ProMedica. I was hired in as an entry-level graphic designer. I was doing that for maybe about 3 years, and I found that the projects that involved fabrication or creating a display were some of my favorites. And so when it kind of got to the point where I wanted to do something different, I asked my boss, could I concentrate on that? And that's kind of how I got started. There actually was a ton of work in that area. One of the challenges of being an African-American woman working in this capacity, in this art realm for this corporate organization, is that no one really assumes that you're the one in charge. I've shown up to a lot of meetings and people automatically go up to my white vendor and they start asking questions, and the vendor looks at me and says, I don't know, what do you think, Val? This is your project. And I'm like, they look at me like, oh, didn't know that. And I choose not to be offended by things like that because I know what we're working with here. There are a lot of people who have never experienced having to answer to or talk on a higher level with a Black employee or seeing that employee be in charge of a large project, especially art. that seems to be very segregated. Don't get me wrong, 90% of the people, 95% have been awesome. There's been no friction at all. And honestly, I haven't experienced any, super targeted, offensive things, but it's the little things, I think, that kind of still proves that racism is alive and well. And in those kind of pleasantries or lack thereof, you can kind of see where people and their comfort level lies. And I think that seeing me at the table as opposed to someone that looks like them might set some on edge, and others may not necessarily know how to approach me or talk to me. But I look at all of that as an opportunity. I can honestly say I have no fear in saying what I think. Sometimes it's from a Black perspective, and sometimes it's just from a human or an artist or a woman. I want to use all of those things to my advantage and to the betterment of the project. There have been times where I have made friends from working on a project with someone, and that might have been one of the few occurrences that they've had or interactions that they've had with a Black person before, and they've said so to me. And I think that it's important to be able to be in a position where you can introduce people to another perspective. That's what art is, isn't it? To be able to show people a different viewpoint. And I think that I'm so grateful to ProMedica, especially, for allowing me to be in this role. But I want to not just use that role to beautify things. I want to use that role to open up doors for other artists of color, for other marketers of color, for other people who have a interest in breaking into the corporate art world, because there are not a lot of us in those spaces. Just to be honest, there are not. And it shouldn't be that way. But it takes people who are in those positions already opening up doors for others in order to make that change.
Well, we hope that you enjoyed this week's show. For more stories and extras, check us out on social media and give us a like. I'm Allie Ray, and you're up to date with BCAN Pulse.